Saluki Nation, welcome back to Saluki Basketball. Quel'Ron House, welcome to Saluki Basketball. We are so happy to have you a part of Saluki Nation, Saluki Basketball.
Glad to be here. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. The question is, how are you doing? 100 days into this program, give or take a few. What's your first impression of the whole piece in action of SIU and Carbondale, Southern Illinois?
It's been very exciting. Love the coaching staff. Love Coach Nagy. Love Coach Tay. And I love the team, man. We're very connected early. I love the versatility that we have, so it's been very, very good. And I love the fans.
How big of a piece was your decision based on what you're going to study, the degree you're going to earn, and where it takes you someday?
When I first came here and I talked to Ms. Hillary, we talked very much about what my major would be since they didn't have the major I had at Jacksonville State. So I studied sports administration, and that she thinks that would be a very good major for me.
Where do you think that can lead you someday when basketball is over with?
I think I can work with the tickets or just outside of basketball with events, just something different, something to involve basketball. I think so.
Coaching, does that enter your mind at all? Or
Coaching,
what do you think about that part of it?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
Man, you have basketball instincts.
Mm-hmm.
How would you measure your intuition, your instincts for this game?
I think I got a very high Q. I think I know like the opponent's next move or what the defense is going to do. I think I read very well.
For the position you're going to play, and you've got to have instincts when you make a pass. And if you were kind of teaching a young kid, is it something a conscious decision you make, or again, is it back to that word intuition or instinct?
I think I can't hesitate. If that answers your question, I think I just can't hesitate. In my mind, I should know already what I'm about to do.
You're from Louisville. It's a basketball city, among many other things that we'll talk about here in a little bit. Mm-hmm. How old were you when you realized, hey, man, I'm pretty good at this game? And maybe is that when those instincts started kicking in?
I always had good instincts since I started playing basketball. But when I decided I was really good in basketball, I would say my high school sophomore year.
You went to Seneca High School. Many good players came out of Seneca. Mm-hmm. But in my opinion, there's one that maybe heads and shoulders among the rest. Who might I be referring to?
West Sunset.
If you were going to start, if you were the coach, and you were a coach at SIU, and you're the player coach, okay, and you had one available spot for a player from Louisville that was 18, 19 years old with that ability that it was back then and is today, mm-hmm. Would you take Wes Unseld or Daryl Griffith?
I'm gonna go Wes Unseld. I'm gonna go Wes Unseld.
Why would you take Wes Unseld over Daryl Griffith?
I never seen him play, but there's so many pictures like in Seneca on the wall. He's so tall that like I just throw it to him. He hook, just dunk. It would just be easy for him.
I'm going to help you with that answer. Daryl Griffith, national champion for the Louisville Cardinals, 1980. Mr. Duncanstein, great athlete and a great player, and you wouldn't have gone wrong by saying him, even though he went to Male High School.
So you favoring Daryl Griffith?
Yeah, Male High School grad, but a great player at Louisville as well, a great player in the NBA. Played on one team. Did you realize that? Daryl Griffith played for the Utah Jazz, the only team he ever played on.
I thought he played on another team.
Pretty impressive, right? But
yeah.
But the reason why your answer really makes a lot of sense, do you realize how many rebounds in 3 years Wes Unseld averaged? Because back then, freshmen couldn't play.
Yeah.
So do you know that number, what he averaged in the 3 years he played in college?
No, sir.
18.9 rebounds per game.
He averaged
3-year average. Is that amazing?
In year 1 18, year 2 18, year 3 18.
Yeah, I think as a junior, I believe it goes. I think he had 20 as a junior, and then. But what a great player! Another little known fact for you, and many people listening to this will know that some were even watching the game. Wes Unseld's team ranked number 2 in the country, came to the Banterra Center when he was in college, and SIU beat him. So is there any chance you've got enough stroke to get the Cardinals to come back to the Banterrison and play us someday?
Oh no, I gotta see. I might have a little pool.
Oh man, you're getting our hopes up. That's awesome,
I
man.
might have a little pool.
Quel'Ron, what excites you about this program that you've joined and now you're deeply a part of?
I'll say the fans. Like anywhere I go outside of like just SIU, like the campus, I would just wear the shirt and they'd be like, "You on the basketball team?" Or they would just ask me, "What's your name?" And I'd say Q. Like, "Oh, I seen you before." So I would say the fans though, like they're just everywhere and they just know so much about basketball, about SIU, and just about being
Why
a
do
dog.
some of us old heads tell you about the fans when we're winning here?
Wow, it gets crazy. It gets packed out.
That's the truth, and Luke and I were talking about that actually before you came on. It's just this place is starving for success. They know what it is. They've experienced it in many different decades, and it'll be great. And they will really reward you and be a big part of this. How important is it to have a really good home team that can really play at home and dominate?
Home court advantage. When I was at Jacksonville State, I think we won 10 straight home games, and every night it was just packed out, and it was just home court advantage, and we needed it every game. We can strive off that.
You played on a very good team a year ago, Jacksonville State.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like January 9th versus Western Kentucky was kind of your coming out party. Would you agree with that? If so, what allowed the switch to flip, and you really kind of took on your season from there?
Yes, sir. I would say that was the game. And so when I got hurt, that kind of gave me time. I tried to come back and play, but I wasn't fully back yet, and I was still hurt. And by that time, everything was just flowing for me.
A game after Western Kentucky was Stephen F. Austin, and he had 19 points. But you played with a great score. But what I noticed, again, short sample size on the clips, and I encourage Saluki fans, if you want to get a sneak preview of Quel'Ron House, go to that website and look at those clips. But you had a great score, but you had the ability to find all your guys. Again, at 6 foot tall, whatever that number is, and it doesn't really matter. How important is vision and you having the ability to find vision to find all your players?
I'm the point guard, so I got to get others open. I got to just do things. I got to just get them open, get them in the field. I have to look out for them, make sure that they're getting the ball, and just making sure they're flowing good. So that can also help me out at the end of the day.
Help us understand your position a little bit better. Obviously, a point guard has got to advance the ball and enter the offense or in transition, get the ball to where it has to go. But you're also a scorer, and you've got a beautiful jump shot, and
Yes,
you have
sir.
the ability to score. It's been proven out in your first year. I mean, you're a great scorer in high school, 28 points a game? And,
Yes, sir.
you're on the Kentucky All-Star team, so that's a given. What's the happy balance on the offensive end as far as, when to pass, when to score? How do you approach an offensive possession?
I would say transition. Go, just go. That in my head is just go, have court, find my team, get them open, and just get them shots or just flow into an offense.
Without getting into all 13 of your teammates, I don't expect you to start naming every one, so we
Yeah.
won't probably name any of them. What excites you about this team? And I don't recall the Salukis having depth at the low post like you have with Jorge Moreno and Jaheim Weber. What is your impression? What's your evaluation of those two big guys? Because the position you play, you need an enforcer on the court to go with you, just like Wes Unseld was.
Yeah, yes, sir. I love those two as my big guys. They block shots. They set good screens. They set good Gortat screens in the paint, and they also like when a man's just when I need help, they have my back in the post.
We're kind of kidding about Wes Unseld, but his day at Louisville, when he played there, Louisville was in the Missouri Valley Conference. Obviously, they're not now. They went to the Metro for a long time, and I guess they're in the ACC now. But in the Missouri Valley, you've got to guard. And that's something I know you guys are putting a lot of emphasis in, a lot of defense. This summer you spend a lot of time defending. What will your role be defensively on this team?
To be a pest, to be a dog, to be able to switch onto the 4-man and just hold my own and be active on the court as one of the smallest players on the court.
Tell me about, just about the schedule that you've been looking at, the non-conference schedule. You're a guy that went to the NIT last year and won at Georgia Tech. What a great win for you guys after having a really strong finish. What's important about this strong non-conference schedule in your eyes as far as getting you guys ready for conference play?
We have we have a few road games. We have some big games on the road. And I feel like we play some very, very good teams at their place. So it'll help us in conference play to play against teams to know the scout report and to lock in.
Quel'Ron, thanks so much for spending time with us, man. We are so excited to watch you guys night in and night out and really excited about this season.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.